Righto, I'll just actually check and make sure that we're a goer on YouTube. Seems to be working. Maybe I'm just hopeless. My channel. The wrong channel. No. Bear with me, everybody. Switch account. There we go. That's more like it. And here's the actual chat. Alrighty. Okay, now without any further ado, I will get into it. Couple of projects on the bench as well. It's a bit of a mess here. Have to just live with that. Alrighty, what do we got here? Something small and heavy. I'm going to guess Volcano Blocks. Oh, my hands are off camera. That's better. Okay, so yep, we've got some Volcano Blocks. The brass. Some slight pit marks on them. I don't think it matters, but just noting that. Come on, camera, go into focus. I'm just going to grab this for a second. I believe I can change to a more zoomy camera. Oh, it's less zoomy. It's the zoomiest. Is there one more zoomier? Oops. Oh. Sorry, everybody. There we go. That'll have to do. Alright. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I think it's going to function pretty well. But there is some pit marks on them. So I don't know whether this has been tumbled. I reckon they've been just tossed into a massive box full of stuff. Probably a lot of muck on the tooling as well, where they've been clamped to drill them. I don't know. I don't know how they make them. But there we go. Have those. Put them out of the way. What do we got next? We'll go for this one. Okay, 3D pen. Cool. That ought ordered more than one of those. That's okay. Just kind of keep things with their packaging a bit. We'll get into that. You're probably wondering why I've got the webcam if I'm not going to bother pointing it at myself. There we go. There is our 3D pen. We'll test that out later. It's got a pretty useless power adapter for me. Oh, that's cool. A little stand for the pen to go in. Power cord. A thimble, that could be handy. There we go. So that's that. Okay. Okay, so we've got here a bracket which is for, and I was hoping it would come with wheels, but it hasn't. It's a bracket for mounting a direct drive extruder onto an Ender 3. It's a nice thick plate. It looks like it'll be nice and solid and sturdy. So very basic way to modify an Ender 3 basically, or a CR10 or any of those sorts of printers. So that should be good. Very simple kit. I'm assuming they want you to use your own existing hardware for everything else. So that's that. Sticking back in there. Just looking at what is the best way to upgrade an Ender 3. Seems like it changes every other week. There's always something new coming out. What do we got here? Some fans. Okay, so this is some Winston brand fans. What do we got? We got 24 volt, all 24 volt. I thought I'd get some 12 volt ones as well, but they're all 24. Excellent. So those are actually to replace some dodgy fans I got before from Mellow store. So these ones are from Winston. We'll have to go through all these packages and figure out who's sent what and mark it all off as arrived. Okay, we've got another one of those. That feels lighter. That's interesting. It's definitely constructed. I couldn't be bothered putting them side by side, but that's definitely a different metal, and they've actually pressed in some pieces for the threads, put in some nutserts or whatever they're called. So that's interesting that they've been done differently. Also, slightly elongated holes for these. I don't know whether that's the thing, but that feels a lot lighter, which if it is just as stiff, then that's a good thing. So maybe the other one was steel. Anyhow, also this one takes 4 wheels. The other one took 3, and I don't know where I'm going to get a 4th wheel from. Thanks, guys. So most of this came in just one big packet from AliExpress, from a whole bunch of different sellers. Okay, a bunch of silicone socks for the fly. They've sent me a little product brochure. Okay, so this is interesting. These are just heat socks for your Volcano Blocks, nothing special. They got a little product brochure in there of all this stuff, which would be interesting to see it in print because they certainly do have a lot of different things. I don't quite get these ones. Like they've got a lot of things that basically seem like they do the same thing. Interesting. These are the ones that I'm interested in, and that's what I've got here. I won't go through the rest of that. So this is apparently some kind of super duper space age material. I'm not sure what it actually is, but apparently it's super duper. So they call it something or other about being space aged. And yeah, so I mean, I don't know, it looks like a plastic. It looks like the throat is plastic, but they reckon it can go up to some pretty good temps. Where are we? Cop and aerospace materials. There's a QR code on there, but if you look that up on AliExpress, you'll find it. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I'm curious to see how that goes. Hopefully it's nice and strong, doesn't snap at the throat. So we'll see about that. Aerospacer. Okay. It's a nice little time spanner, isn't it cute? Look at that. It's so cute. That must be the two different sockets on that, plus one for the nozzle. What do we have here? Some fans. More fans. Now these ones are 40mm fans, but they are a lot chunkier than the usual ones. So I'm curious to see how that's going to go. I don't know whether I need them, but they look to be a lot more capable of blowing air. So we shall soon see about that. The other day, I actually opened this one up. This is a bird air unit, which blows air through a tube and is under high pressure, which will be different again. So I'm just kind of comparing cooling options, because one thing I've noticed is that the speed at which you can cool your plastic is pretty much the upper limit of the speed you can print at. If you can't cool it, you can't print at that speed. So cooling is all the go. So these weigh a lot. There's a lot of weight there. So obviously going onto your hot end is going to add a considerable amount of weight. But you get that on the big jobs. So that's interesting. It'll be fun to test. Okay, what do we got here? These might be the screen protectors, yep, so hopefully that's the right size. I got these for the Mono X so that I don't have any more little boo-boos. Yeah, I guess that's about the size of the bat. So I'll put that on shortly. There's a couple in the packet, I think. There we go. Oh, come on. Get back in there. Cheeky bastard. Now, I'm really hoping my extruder's arrived. the thing I'm the most excited about hasn't shown up yet. It's got to be this. Must be this. This must be it. This has got to be the frog extruder. If it is, I'll be a happy boy. Ooh, it's looking extrudy. What do we got here? Ooh, I reckon it's it. Okay, so we've got a little fan, we've got another little fan, we've got a heat sock, block sock, we've got some nozzles, we've got a heater block, that is the fan mount, and then we've got le frog. Now I'm excited about this because I do like to change nozzles, and I do like to have my heater block face the right way, and I don't like breaking my throats. And that's a problem I've had with other systems. And this looks like it should solve some of those problems. I'm just going to tear the box, I'm too excited. Get me in there. Alrighty, let's check this puppy out. Oh good, they've given us 2 of these. Excellent. Okay, what? Hang on. Wait, what? Good. Okay, so they do different choices, I guess, as to what goes in there. We'll figure that out in a minute. But these are the E3D style. Sorry, I just got a bit sad then, because if anyone hasn't heard the bad news about Sanjay Mortimer, look it up yourself. Don't hear it from me, because it's not good news. Anyway, so yeah, basically these are the E3D style mounting bits. Oh, they've really gone to town with this packaging. Very fancy. Almost too fancy, because I nearly ripped the motor wires out of the motor just then. Okay, so we've got an extruder. Very simple. When I say simple, they've kind of really refined a lot of what I've seen in other extruders. So you've got as little weight as possible on here. It's a very small motor, less unnecessary housing on that motor. And what I'm most excited about is the ability to just undo these bolts here at the back and take out your nozzle, and you can also put an E3D heatsink on it as well if you really wanted to, which I think is pretty cool, because this way, you know, if you're printing somewhere where you really want to not get your extruder hot, you can actually just use this fan just to cool your extruder, and also have you know, your E3D and have a proper heatsink down below. So I think that's pretty cool. Not sure what those mounts there are for. They obviously house something, and somehow this goes somewhere. I've worked that out yet. Yeah, looking forward to that. So this apparently mounts into an Ender 3 style frame, and it all goes in here somehow. Where are you? Where do you go? How do you go on there, mister? I reckon that maybe these 2 bolts here come apart, and maybe that goes in there, I'd say. We'll figure that out in a second. There's a little book here. Okay, so we've got some little tools. We've got a bimetal throat, which looks like one of the good type. It's a titanium insert that appears to be screwed into the copper block, or the copper portion. And I think that's better, because the ones that have got the very thin stainless steel tube, in my experience, leak. So leaking is not good. And there's another nozzle, and it's quite a lot larger than the other style, which is interesting. It's like a bigger, chunkier MK8 style. I don't think it's an MK10. I think the MK10 has a Bowden tube go further into it. Maybe it is an MK10. I don't know. I don't know these things. Got a heater block. What that hole there's for. I'll figure it out. No, there's 2 heater blocks. Two choices of heater block. Oh, one's a Volcano, that's what it is. Hang on, what the... No, it's not a Volcano. They've just given us two completely different ones to choose from. Okay. Fair enough. I'm not going to complain, so that's that empty. Here's the little instructions. So yeah, this is a bit different than what I've seen before. It's a little bit Hemera-ish, but very different as well. Certainly not a direct clone of anything that I've seen. Just let me know if I'm wrong. Well, I mean, I haven't seen it. I mean, there's other ones of these on AliExpress that it looks like a clone of, but this one has this feature where the clamps the E3D style block. So, I'm excited to figure out which printer I'm going to put it on now. There is el photo of el bracketo. Yeah, it's not really showing us on these instructions where to mount that bracket. But I'm going to guess that that's what I do. Yeah, that makes sense. There's a hole here for the motor shaft, there's a hole there and there for the bolts, and that will hold the fan right there, like so. So hopefully these small fans are enough to do the trick. This one's a very small part cooling fan. I don't think I'm going to really rely on that as my main part cooling fan. I'll probably use those mounts to bolt on some kind of duct, because I don't think that's going to quite be adequate. Cool, so that's that. And I think that is all my little packages opened up. Okay. One watching now, that's probably me. Where are you guys? Come on. Alright, well anyway, I'm out of here. That was just what I thought. I might as well show off what I was unboxing. I might as well show off a few things I've been working on as well. Alrighty. So I've been doing some ducting for an air conditioner for a car. A little bit of 3D scanning involved. That is that part that I've created, and this goes onto a different aftermarket air conditioner. So that's the original, and that's what we're producing. So that's that. The next part to do is going to be this box here. So I'm going to be copying some components of it and then blocking off other bits and disregarding them. So that's that part. That's the last bit I've got to do. There was a piece like this one, I've already given it onto the customer, but that was basically tapered off to a round circle, similar to the to this one here. Basically that at one end and that at the other. And I can't show the printed one. Oh, I've given the whole part back to the customer, so I can't show you, but there was a big whale tail shaped piece as well. That also was part of it. And what else have I been working on? Lots of things. A lot of it's custom jobs for people that I can't really show off as well. So I'll just shut up now and we'll go back to our boring lives. Alright, have a good one everybody.